Hey there, fans of Brotherly Love Wrestling. It is I, Vic Delicious.
Philly's own, the Mecca here.
It is the real McCoy, J.D.X. Justin D. Xavier. And
it's your man, CD, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
Hello, boys and girls. This is your old friend RJ City.
Hey there, Brotherly Love Wrestling. Bill Carr here.
Hey everyone, this is two-time guest Wheeler Yuta.
Two bozos from Philadelphia flapping their gums about pro wrestling this, pro wrestling that.
Which is not that unique in the grand scheme of things yet.
You are in for a treat because you're tuned in to Brotherly Love Wrestling.
Philadelphia, are you ready?
No! They said, are you ready?
This is Brotherly Love Wrestling Podcast, your first stop for everything professional wrestling. So sit back and enjoy wrestling talk at its finest with your hosts, Larry Hall and Joe Corrado.
Welcome, everybody, to Brotherly Love Wrestling and our last edition of Road to Raw 30. We were going to split this up, but since Raw 30 is next week and we will be at the show, we figured we speed it up. We do the last 10 years that we have left. So we have 2013 to 2022, catching us all the way up, even though I didn't feel like doing 19, 20, or 21 because it just...
So it's really 13 through 18.
Yeah, basically. It's supposed to be the 22, but it just Raw wasn't great until this past July. So kind of didn't find anything really worth talking about. So we're going to do 2013 to 2018. Before we get started, if you're watching, as you can see in front of us, is the logo. The
glowing.
Glowing logo.
Glowing.
Brotherly Love Wrestling logo, courtesy of Steamcraft. And this is two girls from Bensalem who started their own business, 3D printing, amongst other things, but were kind enough to do this for us. So we want to return the favor, give them a shout out. You can find them on Facebook, Steamcraft, and you can find them on Etsy, which they are opening. And you will see this actual statue that they made on their Etsy. And it is Steamcraft Sisters Etsy.com.
So if you're that big of a fan of the show, yeah, you want to order a 3D printed logo, that's where you can do it.
Or your own logo. I mean,
if you got a logo of your own, but I say you get ours. Look how shiny it is.
I mean, yeah, it's
glowing.
It is glowing. It is two-toned white with the orange outline, just like our logo. So
not like Tommy two-tone.
No, not even.
Just to clarify.
Not even close.
How many of them got that reference?
Not a lot.
No.
Okay. But thank you again. We love it. It's perfect, and it's a good addition to the show.
I mean, it's better than me. It's a better edition.
It looks better, yeah, for sure.
It's just a better edition.
Yeah, and
it doesn't say much.
It won't break out in the song.
Just sits there.
Interrupt me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the one thing that I do bring to the show. The entertainment value alone. If you could see me right now, my feet are about a foot from touching the floor. I feel like a very tiny man.
I mean, they can't see you. They just can't see your lower.
My lower extremities. My feet are just dangling in there.
Kicking them like a little kid. Yep. All right. Let's start off 2013.
Sure.
So going through this entire list, these next years that we're covering, we have one or two for each. The most memorable that I thought was relevant enough to do for the show. So I think one of your favorites in this era in 2013 is the salmon-colored blazer and Mr. Mark Henry and the fake retirement.
I think just like a classic segment altogether, I think. Just like one of those, like, I don't know if it'll go down as an all-time great, but in my eyes, when I think of recent Raw, that's one of my first thoughts. It was very well done. It was very unexpected. For once, there was like, well, maybe not once, maybe in a long time.
Yeah, in current, yeah.
I mean, it was just perfect.
It really was. And I mean, and the whole thing of having John Cena
I
come
thought
out.
that was going to lead to him winning the title. Honestly,
wait, didn't he win? I thought he did. Didn't he win?
No, he didn't. He didn't. Oh, eventually, yeah, we didn't beat Cena.
Oh yeah, no, he didn't beat Cena. Yes.
No,
yeah.
I thought he should have won. That's how good that was.
Yes. Yeah, and the funny thing is about that whole angle is he really did go into Vince to retire. Like he went in because he told this story on Busted Open. He said he went in to retire and he walked out with a 3-year deal. And he was like, Vince did some Jedi mind trick and all of a sudden I had 3 more years. So, I mean, that was actually supposed to be his retirement.
You lighten the load of the schedule, you get more time for the family.
And a little bit more money in your pocket.
Bada bing, bada boom. Hey, you're still working.
Yeah. And
you're running an angle for the title.
Probably one of the most successful runs of his career, aside from probably Sexual Chocolate, because that was up there. But the Hall of Pain was amazing, Mark Henry. He was top of his game at that point.
Yeah. He's a big threat.
Mm-hmm. So the next one, still in 2013, is probably one of the most, probably I would say top, I think top 3 Money in the Bank cash-ins of all time. I would say Seth being number 1. I would say Edge being 2, since it was the original. And I would think this one, Dolph Ziggler, cashing in, and it helps that it's on Alberto Del Rio as well, and winning the world title.
I think the 3 that you just named are interchangeable.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think that there is a clear number 1, 2,
you
and 3.
Think Rollins is number 1?
No, because
really,
I don't know. I mean, it goes by my mood. After hearing you say that and feeling like thinking about it and feeling my reaction to all 3, for reaction purpose alone, I put Ziggler up there.
Really?
Absolutely.
I don't know, man. There's something about Rollins running down that ramp, cashing in, winning, and then standing there with fireworks.
That's why I'm saying that it is interchangeable. I mean, depending on the moment and how I feel. I think the only thing that lessened my Rollins one is that he didn't pin Brock. He pinned Roman, setting up a lifelong feud.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't. If I'm nitpicking the little things, because that's what I would have to do because I love them all. I mean, the Edge one was really good too, but
Edge at Judgment Day where Cena's completely down and out and Vince comes out and announces that there will be a cash in, like that was epic. But again, if that's the trendsetter, you know what I mean? So that should be up there.
Yeah. So Ziggler's, the only thing that hurts Ziggler's is that it was against Alberto Del Rio. The pop was amazing. I think the pop might be what is its saving grace, but the cash in for Edge is on Cena.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Arguably the top of the Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
Arguably.
No, of course.
You have Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Roman not as established at this point, but Brock Lesnar.
And main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah, the circumstances were all high.
Mm-hmm.
And then Del Rio.
Yeah.
Del Rio hurts this one.
I agree. That's
why I'm saying interchangeable. They all have their very big pluses.
I'll agree with that. 2014. Daniel Bryan occupies Raw.
So I've been back for a little bit.
At that point,
this is what locked me in.
Okay.
The whole Daniel Bryan brigade and storyline and angle and everything. This is what really brought me back. I tuned in for Daniel Bryan as if it was must-see TV. And I was like, one of the first times like I was ever like highly anticipating watching Raw.
Can't wait to watch Raw.
Because of the Daniel Bryan angle with the
authority.
Authority.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just perfectly done. And I'm a sucker for an underdog story. I am. I'm a Philadelphia sports fan.
I mean,
it comes with the territory.
Yeah.
We're never favored to win. And when the slim chance that we are happens, it's easy to get excited about. Except this time, I kind of had a feeling Daniel Bryan was eventually going to win. He kept getting screwed over.
Well, look, and like you said, you're a wrestling fan, so you know eventually the good guy wins. Like, eventually the good guy gets it. Like, that's the point.
The whole thing with the Orton, another cash in. Orton cash in when Triple H pedigrees him. I mean, that
SummerSlam.
It was just, this was like right before the match, right? This was to get the match against Triple H.
This wasn't that far. Yeah, it was March. So,
I think this was to get the match against Triple H, to get the match
get into Orton and Batista.
I think I'm almost positive that's why he occupied it. Like, he made it so Triple H had no choice but to beat him up.
Well, wasn't it? I could be completely wrong, but wasn't it? He was trying to get into the match, but Triple H said, "Okay, you can get." No, I think you have to beat me first. Wasn't that?
I don't know if that was it, or if Triple H just wanted to. I think he wanted to fight Triple H.
Okay, yeah, I can't remember how that played out. How exactly?
I mean, someone will, but obviously, there are clearer heads that always chime in.
Yeah.
Well, this is exactly what happened. Well, I don't give a fuck. This is my show. Our show.
Okay, so we'll move to June.
We're just jumping along.
Yeah, in
singing our songs.
2014. June 2014, Seth Rollins turns on the Shield.
So, remember how I said the Mark Henry thing recent time?
This is another one?
It was Mark Henry, Ziggler. This was another one of those times that, like, when I think about the more recent, like with the current, a lot of people have the current roster. This is the one that I think of when Seth turns on the Shield. Another one of those authority angles that just seemed to work.
And continued to work. Yeah, that...
If he didn't get hurt, he would... I don't know. I don't know what the trajectory would have been.
Of his career.
And I think we've gone over this, possibly on the show.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been even last week.
It might have been.
Because I'm pretty sure we ranked...
Yeah, the Shield. We'll talk about the Shield.
Yeah, so I'm not going to go back into that.
Yeah.
But I will say again that I think Rollins is the best Shield member.
Yeah. Just to get that in there last time.
Wiggle that right in. So I watched a clip earlier today of because Orton was fucking Seth Rollins' biggest foe at the time.
Okay.
When he was trying to go, just didn't like Rollins, and I watched him when he shoves Triple H out of the way and just hits the RKO on Rollins.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he just lays there like he's dead.
Yeah. Such a good moment. All right, move to 2015.
Oh, we're just skipping years now.
No, we were on 2014.
Yeah, I know. We're just skipping. We're in a whole new year already.
Like I said, it's only a couple for
this
each.
show might be a record short show.
It might be, but we still got to talk about Raw 30. We'll still preview that because some things have happened on Monday Night Raw, some announcements and stuff. So we'll hit that at the end.
But wait, you have to wait till the end for that. So if you're thinking about fast forwarding, don't do it. We're in 2015.
Yes. July 2015.
4th of July show. Tribute to the Troops. What are we doing?
Tribute to the Troops is in December.
Okay.
Usually.
Are you sure about that?
Positive.
All right.
All right. Taker.
How positive are you?
Taker, Brock, Brawl on Monday night. Now, if that doesn't sound too memorable, this is the one where, like, I don't think we've seen this a lot with The Undertaker, and this is where Brock and him got personal. This is after the streak was ended, and this is the one where Brock screams, "I'm going to kill you," and Taker screams back, "You're going to have to." and they brawled back into the back, and it was one of those things where it felt like Attitude Era again, because it literally felt like chaos with Taker and Brock, and you knew these guys, or you felt these guys just didn't like each other.
When in actuality,
of course they were cool, yeah, but I mean, that I remember specifically that line sticking out in my head is him yelling, "I'm going to kill you," and Taker saying, "You're going to have to."
It makes for good TV.
Great line. Oh, absolutely. Great line. But that brawl, at least
it's like a high drama sitcom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I said, there are some things that aren't scripted that you kind of just go with. And we said it way back in the Attitude Era show
when nothing felt like it was scripted.
Yeah. When Vince comes through the ropes at the Tyson moment and screams, "You ruined it, damn it!" Like that sucked you in. You made it feel real. It made it feel, you know what I mean, authentic. And I think that this is another one of those lines to where it sounded like these guys fucking hate each other, want to tear each other apart.
The last time it's been felt that is real? Like when in recent memory?
Recent memory.
When it felt like it was real, like something like that. I don't think it's happened in quite some time.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, that might be as recent as it is. Taker Brock. Like, and even then, that we didn't really think it was that real. But yeah, I mean, maybe Brock Orton when he fucking split Orton's head open, and you know what I mean. Like
that was real.
That was real. Yeah, absolutely.
That might not have been like a scripted type thing, but that was real.
I had one come to my head. KO and Reigns, where KO slapped Reigns in War Games in the ear, and then he gets the receipt because Reigns gave him a black eye the other night, 2-3 weeks ago, when he turned his head, and Reigns nearly took his head off with the clothesline, but he hit his eye and gave him a black eye. Like that was real. Like it was the receipt from the slap. Because apparently that was when Roman went backstage and was cursing that he maybe broke his eardrum and all that. So like that is probably the closest thing, but that really didn't blow up. Like that was just all talk. But yeah, you're right. That legitimate feel of it feeling real. I mean, what, Matt Hardy Edge? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that was real.
They went into the personal life.
Yeah,
it kind of was real.
Yeah, it was real, and
that was further back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I mean. That's how far back I feel like something that real actually happened.
Yeah, I can't think of anything in recent memory.
Yeah,
that was like that real feeling.
So moved to December of 2015, and a Monday Night Raw you attended. I believe this was a birthday gift from your wife. Is the reason you were at this Monday Night Raw.
Oh shit! Oh, I know what you're
talking
about.
And it was Roman Reigns winning the world title in Philadelphia
against Sheamus. It was
only 11 months after being booed out of the building at Royal Rumble.
The place went absolutely fucking nuts.
I remember.
And then it was like the next week they were in New York and they booed the shit out of them. So literally this was probably in the early stages of the Roman megastar push.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where they were really just trying to make you believe that he's the guy and the whole forcing him down your throat.
Yeah.
This was, I don't know if this was its infancy or if it was just picking up some steam.
That Rumble that January before is when they had The Rock come out and raise his arm after he won because everyone wanted Daniel Bryan to win in Philly that year.
Yeah.
And they booed him out of the building. I was a part of that. I was at that Rumble. I was a part of the booing out of the building. Even though The Rock was there, it didn't matter.
Yeah, man. That's bizarre. For The Rock to come.
Everyone cheered when The Rock came out. And then when they realized why The Rock came out, everyone booed the shit out of The Rock. Well, what The Rock was doing. I wasn't really booing The Rock. But, I mean, yeah. And then for, again, 11 months later, in the same exact building, to him get a giant pop.
Just to show you how fickle fans can be.
Exactly. So we'll move to 2016 now. And Daniel Bryan forced to retire.
I was going to say that to you too, but I didn't know if it was on Raw or SmackDown.
Yes. Yeah, where he stands in the ring, he cut his hair. He had a haircut, no more long hair.
Little boy's haircut.
His beard was trimmed up and stood there, and we thought that was the last we would ever see Daniel Bryan in a ring. But we got the treat of seeing him return in WWE. We now in AEW. Quite possibly
we got to see him return, and he had some heavy hitters. Him, Edge, and Roman.
Yeah,
like he really went out on a sword.
Oh, it was so good.
He went to AEW.
Yeah, so good. That match, probably the best match. I would say, aside from his Occupy run, like the Yes Movement. That match might be his best in WWE. Like that match was phenomenal.
Story. All about the story.
So August in 2016, one of my personal favorite moments, Triple H screws Seth Rollins and gives KO his first world title or WWE title, whatever you want to call it. That was a cool moment because no one saw that coming again. Finn had just gotten injured, and after winning the Universal title, being the first winner of the Universal title, had to give it up to Mick Foley. And then later that night, you had Stephanie and Mick Foley and Triple H come out and kick and pedigree Seth and point to him and say, pin him, and then hand KO the title. It was something I never thought was going to happen, especially to Seth Rollins, because, again, that was right after the Authority thing.
And then this was right before the list of Jericho?
Yes. Yeah, that might have already started. The list might already be going at this point.
Had been growing at this point?
Yes.
To where it was taking over?
Yes. And that's a very good segue because we're going to move to 2017.
Yes.
And the first moment I have of 2017 in February is the Festival of Friendship.
Is this where he gives KO the fucking painting?
Yes.
And it's him and KO.
And they're doing the point. Yes, absolutely. And
forgive me for not knowing which fucking painting that is, but
I forget what it's called.
I don't care.
I forget what it's called. I think it's David and God, I believe, is what it is.
The old David and God picture.
But this is
you're
also
a fucking Catholic school.
And
this
is also probably one of the best acting jobs that Jericho's ever done, because when he opens that box and turns that box open and says, "Why is my name on here?" and he lifts it up and it says the list of KO. Oh, it is perfect. It is absolutely perfect. Up there with This Is Your Life with The Rock. Like, Festival of Friendship is so well done, so overdone. Jericho acting like a complete fool that whole time with the Vegas feel, because actually I think it was in Vegas when they did it. It was, oh God, I was really upset that they did not have a better spot at Mania for the title. Like it was
for the United States title. It wasn't even for the main title.
No, that's when
KO got stripped.
Yeah,
he didn't get stripped.
They gave it to Goldberg.
Yeah, he got beat by Goldberg.
Yeah, I fucking hate Goldberg. God, I fucking hate Goldberg.
Was that a pay-per-view?
What?
That was Goldberg came back.
It was the pay-per-view before Mania, which would be with like Roadblock or whatever the fuck it
wasn't called. Great Balls of Fire was already out.
Yeah, I think Roadblock or whatever that is.
No, probably wasn't Roadblock.
But yeah, it was the month before.
No,
Backlash is after.
After.
Yeah.
That's the name, Backlash.
Yeah. Or WrestleMania Backlash now that they
How do they get rid of that?
I don't know. So move all the way to December, the end of 2017, and Matt Hardy is woken in 2017.
He's been woken for a little bit before 2017.
We finally got the character that we've been waiting for from TNA and the Indies. I still enjoyed it. I know people shit on it because it was woken, not broken, and WWE ruined it, but I still thought all the segments were great.
Didn't he do the mower of lawns?
Later, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that was still,
he was still great.
He still had a good run.
I thought, look, me and you.
Him and Bray together was actually pretty good.
Me and you enjoyed it with that Matt Hardy, no matter what it's called.
It was so fucking bizarre that it worked.
Yes. So, that is when he officially became Woken Matt Hardy. We got the music, we got the delete, we got everything that we wanted.
It was so
great. It was so great. I wish he would go back to it in AEW.
It was just honestly so fucking far out there and fucking ludicrous that it worked. It made no sense, but it worked.
Correct. When he was playing checkers with the fishbowl, with the fish across from him, like, it just everything worked. I loved it. So we'll move to 2018, January of 2018.
Oh, it's really the next month over.
Yeah. Raw 25, just 5 years ago. celebrating the 25th anniversary of Raw. Started out with Stone Cold and Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon, and him stunning both of them and pouring beer on them. And look, we hope to see that next Monday.
Yes.
We hope to see, whether it be Vince McMahon, Shane, it doesn't matter. We just hope to see Stone Cold.
I kind of hope it's both of them.
Yeah, I'll
That'd
take
be great.
both of them. So Raw 25, I thought they did an all right job with 25. That's also
Is that where they did it in the Manhattan Center?
Yes, yeah. That they
went back and forth.
The Miz won the Intercontinental title in the Manhattan Center. You had the Click with the Club in the Manhattan Center, which I thought was a pretty cool moment.
And they beat up the Revival at the end, right?
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I thought Raw 25, for what it was cool. I hope Raw 30 is a lot better than Raw 25 was. At least it's all in the same building.
Yeah.
So we'll move to March, and just like you were saying, the mower of lawns, we have the ultimate deletion. Bray Wyatt versus Matt Hardy, and something that fans who are Matt Hardy fans and Matt Hardy himself wanted for a long time is to finally see the Bray Wyatt character go up against the broken Matt Hardy character. And I thought the ultimate deletion lived up. I thought it did great. You had the appearance of Brother Nero in that as well, even though Jeff was hurt during that time, they still made an appearance in that. He had the dilapidated boat in it. He had the mower of lawns or the chair of wheels. I mean, everything. It's Senior Benjamin prepared the battlefield. Just everything. Everything was great. I know maybe we're in the minority thinking that, but
I don't know, man. I like Goofy, and that was as far goofy as you could possibly get.
Yes. And the final thing, 2018, it'll wrap up our list, is November of 2018, the birth of the man. This is when
Becky
SmackDown
invaded
Raw, and then Nia Jax punched Becky in the face, breaking her nose.
Busted her open.
And she stands in the crowd with her arms out and bleeding and just cocky as hell, and the man is born.
And that man would go on to win at WrestleMania.
Yes.
In the main event.
Which is too bad that event went so fucking long, like
45
8 hours.
hours, and then you had to go out and stand in the rain.
Oof.
Waiting for a fucking Uber.
Yeah, that was brutal. That was brutal.
It was so fucking cold.
Yeah, it was brutal. It was miserable. But the event itself was
really
cool.
The atmosphere and everything, that was really cool.
Yeah. So that about does it for our road to Raw 30.
We left out a few years.
I'm sure there are moments that people think may be more memorable that we might have missed out. Like Joe brought up before we started, Sami Zayn and KO both debuting. Of course, KO pop-up powerbombing Cena and stepping on the United States title while holding the NXT championship. Sami Zayn in his hometown debuting
against
John Cena was pretty cool too. But all in all, look, 30 years of Monday Night Raw, the longest running episodic TV show in history. It's, even with this talks of sale, is not slowing down.
Maybe they sell to Larry David and he writes it like it's Seinfeld. At least we get some interesting backstage vignettes.
If you had to pick
the characters,
no, I'm going more of a serious route with this one. If you had to pick who WWE sells to,
Disney.
Wow, you didn't even have to think about that one.
I think that's where the highest potential is and the lowest disappointment. I think it keeps it. I think production.
I'm going two other ones that I'm back and forth on since I've heard talk.
You kind of sold me the whole WWE on the Disney Plus.
On Disney Plus.
I mean, that search engine is so much easier.
So I have another one where search engine's easy and it's already a streaming platform, and I'm going with Netflix.
Are they in the talks?
Yes, Netflix is a part of the list that wants to buy WWE. So Netflix, I think, would be another one. And I think, and the other one who doesn't have a streaming service yet, but has some clout and has a little bit of experience, is Endeavor. Endeavor is the group that bought UFC.
Yeah, and look what happened to the UFC.
Yeah, but I'm not blaming Endeavor for that. I mean, they just didn't have the name stick around, and they didn't build any names that people wanted to see. John Jones just announced he's coming back, and they're giving him a title fight. And he hasn't fought in I don't know how long. But
was he going to be on coke?
Probably. But
did they stop testing over there?
I don't know. But Endeavor's another one I would like to see. Again, Disney, I don't mind. Comcast, I think, makes a lot of sense because of the relationship already with NBC and Peacock. So NBC Universal. Fox, I don't see doing it.
Is Comcast national?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Comcast is national. So
we get it on Comcast Sportsnet?
No, they won't do that. They won't do, but it'll have its own, you know what I mean? But if you do have Comcast, I bet you they would have a section for WWE, like, have the extra apps and stuff. I bet you that would be probably a thing if they go to Comcast. So maybe
I'm still pulling for Disney. Give me that Disney money.
Disney and Netflix are probably my two. Endeavor is another one that I would like to see. So we'll see that.
What is this even going to sell for? It's got to be billions, right?
I think I saw a number anywhere from like 5.6 to 7.8 billion.
Oh shit!
Is what they were estimating.
Everything
anyway.
they just named has it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Disney owns ABC and ESPN.
Correct.
Fuck! I want Disney.
Yeah,
I can get it. Yeah, on ESPN.
That's true.
ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Yeah, and ESPN. Well, ESPN has always had a pretty good relationship with WWE. They always put Triple H.
Well, not only that, but they used to play like the old WrestleManias on.
True. Yeah, way back. Yeah. Yeah, never know. Disney would be great. I would love that. Now I don't know how it would affect programming. I don't know if TV 14 would happen with them. I
don't know why it wouldn't though.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess that's yet to be seen. I hope that's what it is. I agree. I really, really, really hope that rumor of Saudi was just that.
Just the rumor, and that's
rumor.
it?
Yeah. But Raw 30 next week, next Monday night, live from Philadelphia. We have a list so far that they've announced for Legends. And I say that because of a couple of people that are included in that. Two of them being the Bella Twins. I have no problem with the Bella Twins. I just don't think they're legends. Teddy Long is included, Ron Simmons, Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, Road Dogg and X-Pac, Ric Flair.
I wonder why Billy Gunn's not going to show up.
I wonder why. The Undertaker.
Some pissing a company.
The Undertaker. I am thoroughly, thoroughly excited that I saw The Undertaker. Now people are talking about The Undertaker fucking coming back into the Rumble.
I mean, I don't think he wins, but if you need a body, that's a pretty good body to have.
I guess. But yeah, I think there's a lot
more
surprises
but
to come.
Whoever eliminates him is going to immediately have to start a feud with him. Maybe not, but that's how it should go. That's how it would normally go.
Yeah.
Unless you're just trying to put over someone who needs it.
Like Austin Theory.
That's like Maven doing it. Like if Theory,
well, they didn't do that before. At least if Theory's a champion.
If Theory, I know he is.
He's the United States champion.
If Theory eliminates Taker, Taker should do the exact same thing and just beat the living shit out of him.
That's not going to happen.
Why not? You don't think Taker could take Austin Theory?
I think Taker could take Austin Theory, but no, he's just going to walk out. It's not talking 2004 Undertaker. It's fucking 2023. He's not going to do that. He's going to do the job. He's going to walk to the back. He's a Hall of Famer. What does he care? What does it affect him if Austin Theory eliminates the Undertaker?
That affects the legacy of the Taker.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Absolutely not.
Yes, it does.
Other things that will be happening that were announced at least last night on Raw. We have the United. We have the acknowledgement of the bloodline, the acknowledgement ceremony, and we're going to have multiple generations of the bloodline there.
Rikishi there.
So we'll have Rikishi, most likely the Wild Samoans, maybe.
I don't know how wild they are anymore.
The Rock.
Man,
I fucking hope we hear that music.
I fucking hope so too. Just make me go absolutely. Make me piss myself there. Just make me go absolutely ape shit. Let me just kid out.
Yes, and please make that happen. Please, although maybe not. I gotta drive home with you, so let's maybe not.
I'm not gonna. Let's face it. I'm not gonna actually piss myself, but still, get me to just the point of before. Oh, I gotta go.
I hope our seats are close to the end because the amount of time you go to the bathroom.
Yeah, sometimes those shows I'm usually better. The big shows.
Yeah, I guess it's a 3-hour show, man. You're gonna have to be going.
Yeah,
you barely sometimes make it through this show.
Sometimes.
So
that's how much I drink before I fucking step into the booth.
That's true. What else? The United States title match, Bobby Lashley versus Theory. We got a steel cage match on Monday Night Raw. Bailey.
Steel cage in Philly.
Yeah, Bailey and Becky Lynch. So that should be pretty cool. I haven't seen a steel cage in a while live.
I hope Bailey does the elbow drop off the fucking top of the cage.
That'd be pretty cool. So a lot happening on Monday Night Raw next week. A lot of nostalgia. It's I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to actually be there. I haven't said that about a WWE event in a long time.
It'll work. It'll do.
It better.
It's going to.
So we hope you enjoyed the road to Raw 30. Maybe we'll do something since we're going to be going to the show.
Maybe we could do a live show.
We could maybe pull off a live show in the car. We've done that before, but we recorded it. Maybe we go live. We haven't gone live in a long time.
Why don't you just tell me when we're going to go live?
I don't know if we're going to or not. But stay tuned. Look at our social media. If we do that, we will be announcing it. I did say that. So keep your eye out on social media. Thank you for watching and listening. And
hey, you got it right this time.
We'll be talking to you very soon.